Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dain from one of my favorite places in the world, Noosa, Australia. I'm leaving tomorrow. And as you can tell, it definitely looks like the holiday season behind me, right? Yeah, really cold and snowy. Oh, not here. It's actually summer here. It's almost summer here. It's getting hot. It's been hot. It's getting hotter. How does it get any better than that? Oh, by the way, welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness. Yeah, welcome. You know why you're here. You clicked on the email. You know, it probably says Tour of Consciousness somewhere right around the email. Like I needed to say that. Okay, anyway, now that we figured that part out. So, welcome to the holiday season. What do I do? I know, right? Exactly. Well, okay. So, can you tell? A little bit of energy going? So, I have a thing I'll run you through. And then there's also another audio that I'm going to be making about surviving the damn holidays, okay? And I think that will be a massive contribution to, hopefully. And the tool I'm going to share with you right now is going to be on there. Okay, so this is an oldie but a goodie from Access Consciousness. It's like oldies but goodies, like a conglomeration of oldies but goodies all together. Here's what you want to do. Okay, so you know that weird energy you got going around, and like there's family stuff, and mom wants this and expects this of you, and dad wants this and expects this of you, and this family member has judgments, and somebody you're in a relationship with has judgments, and I know, isn't it weird we live in a world where people would choose that? Oh, well, we do. Let's figure it out. How do we have that and go beyond it? An old favorite, the Pez Juniors. Okay, so here's what you want to do. I'm going to ask you to get all the energy. You're going to love me for this one and hate me at the same time until we puck and pot it, and then you're going to love me again. Oh my goodness. It's like an awesome relationship with you and I have. Oh my God. Okay. What did they put in my coffee? Okay. So all the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections that you have of you, that you have of anybody else, that anybody else has of you, or that they have of themselves with regard to you that you're picking up on, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? That was a yes, I'm sure, right? Okay, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and men. Oh my goodness, people. You got a lot of that shit going on this time of year. Have you noticed, like, when it gets to about right after Thanksgiving in the U.S., like the end of November, beginning of December, you can feel like the whole world kind of goes, it's holiday time. And I'm like, isn't it supposed to be, it's holiday time, right? You know what I'm saying? What the hell is that? It's a bunch of people in the world doing projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections, amongst other things. So, one more time, all the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections that you have of you, that you have of anybody else, that anybody else has of you, or that they have of themselves with regard to you, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and men. One of the things I do is I suggest that people run this every single day at least once. Like when you wake up in the morning, run it, okay? You want to go to bed at night, run it. It only takes about 30 seconds. But if you can clear that crap out of your space, then you finally have space. So, how does this work? Well, if you project or expect anything of anyone, and they don't deliver it, but they don't deliver it in exactly the way you projected and expected, what you then do is you then go into judgment of them and judgment of you. You reject them and separate from them, and you reject you and separate from you, so you can maintain the separation, judgment, and rejection of them. Now, you understand the holidays much better. You're welcome. Yes, Dr. Dain. Oh, I should have a long white beard and oh my God, I should dress like Gandalf for the next one of these. That would be awesome. Okay, all the projections, expectations, separation, judgments, and rejections that brought up. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Maybe I need to grow my beard out. And at this point, it'd be long and white. How does it get any better than that? No, it'd be salt and pepper. That's what it is, salt and pepper. Okay, salt and pepper. No, it doesn't taste like salt and pepper. Yeah, the ADHD is a little more intense than it was. So, all the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections you have of anybody else, that you have of you, that they have of you, and that they have of them with regard to you, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Write this one down, put this one, and make this one of the big tools in your toolbox, and use it anytime you have an interaction with anybody, especially if that interaction is like, Like, for example, let's say you're going to your family's. run these about every family member that you don't just feel like this about. I just love you so much and I adore you. That you don't have space around. Let's say you're going on a date. Definitely run this about 250 times, okay? Let's say you're going on a date thinking about having sex after that date. Run it about 3,000 times, okay? Just put it on a loop and run it like Forrest Gump. My sense is it'll start changing things and create a lot more lightness in your world. And wouldn't it be wonderful if this holiday season, you ended it lighter than you started it? That was one of the ways I knew that Access Consciousness worked, because when I found it 19 years ago, I went with my ex-fiance. Thank goodness she's an ex-fiance. Pock and pod. I went with my ex-fiance to her family's house. And every time what would happen, I would leave her family's house feeling like I was just covered with a ton of bricks. And I felt separate from my fiance because, of course, I was never good enough and she was never good enough for them. Therefore, anybody she liked was never good enough. And I was already never good enough in my own world for anybody from my point of view. So I was insecure, blah, blah. Can you imagine me insecure? Do you see what's changed? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Uh-huh. I don't know where my black woman came in. Anyway, after using these tools, projections and expectations and a couple others that are going to be on the audio I'm talking about, I left that family party lighter than when I had gotten there. It was the first time that had ever happened. And I went, wow, these access tools actually work in the trenches for the crap that nobody else knows how to change. This is freaking awesome. I want to do more of this. And of course, here I am. So all the projections, expectations, separation, judgments, and rejections of all those things I just talked about, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys and guns. All the ones you've had of you that have developed just since this video started, will you destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys and guns. And all the projections, expectations, separation, judgments, and rejections that are designed to destroy, will you destroy and uncreate all those, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, my beautiful friends, this is me kissing you off. No, that was weird. Sending you off with a kiss into perhaps the best holiday season so far. What would that take? What would it take for this to be the greatest holiday you've had so far? That's what I'm talking about. Sounds kind of cool, doesn't it? Okay, all you gotta do is choose it. Right now, just go, you know what? This is gonna be the best holiday season so far. And don't have a point of view about what best means. Because best could mean you get a bunch of awareness. Best could mean you have way more fun. Best could be you just don't have to be heavy. Best could be you get really heavy and find a way out of it. No, you never need to do it again, so you're not owned by it. Who knows what best could be? But what if you could have, how about this? What if it could be the most enjoyable holiday season so far? Everything that doesn't allow it, times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds, because you don't want to have any projections, expectations, separations, judgments, or rejections about how it shows up either. Okay, my beautiful friends, as I like to remind you, what if you, truly being you, are the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires? You are, and I am so immensely grateful for your presence in the world, especially at this time of year where so many people could have so much gratitude and so few choose to. What would it be like if you made the choice to have gratitude for you? And what if just for a moment you could just tap into my gratitude for you being on this planet, being willing to be somebody who is so different and so friggin' wonderful and so friggin' different and even more different than that. And I'm so grateful to you for choosing to bring in a kinder world of possibilities. So I very much look forward to being with you soon, and I look forward to meeting you in person soon someday. Have way too much fun for the holidays. Bye-bye.